I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined by the Bayesian Sensation.
What it do?
And Dr. Eric Thomas.
Oh, come, let us adore.
Hey, it's holiday time.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, come, let us.
Hey, stick to your day job.
Carl played Christmas songs 24/7
No doubt.
during this time frame. So I went to the house the other day and heard it.
Because look, I mean, we jumping the gun. It's about to be Thanksgiving.
Right.
But my joint is that hang on.
Oh, no doubt. This Christmas.
Oh, no.
I wanna get.
Oh, no.
It was the movie this Christmas, right? Chris Brown. Chris Brown version was kind of hot.
Friday after next.
Lord have
But I
mercy.
feel you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mine has to be, can I play my drum for you? Ba-da-da-ba-bum-bum.
Come on, man.
That's my favorite.
That's like
Go to that one.
1973.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, no, man. We broadcasting live from the west side of Lansing. Man, we back from our trip, and what a trip it was. It was just phenomenal. Carl still hasn't got his body clock reset. Carl is like sleeping from 2 in the afternoon to 6 in the afternoon in the evening, and then waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, not even 3. I'm getting up like 11:30 at night now. I can't go back to sleep till 3:30.
Oh yeah, nah. And Candace hit too. I know Didi's struggling.
Oh, yeah. Now, the only cool thing about Didi struggling is that we're literally struggling at the exact same time. So we've been up together watching movies, eating popcorn.
He texted me at midnight the other night. You know the last time I got a text from me at midnight talking about you up. And ironically, I was. But yeah, no, man, that time schedule and that time change is nothing nice.
Yeah,
And I
that's a
told Carl,
beast.
because when we came back, we got back on Friday, we had a wedding on Saturday. Carl was like, oh man, I'm good.
First 2 days, you straight.
I was like, and I told him, I tried to warn him. I said, no, it's about that third day where your body like, wait a minute, I should be up right now. And but no, we nonetheless we back at work, getting it done, man. No excuses. You know we here. We already missed a week. Received a lot of hate mail. That 1 week.
That was directed toward Carl, though.
Yeah, we apologize.
Yeah.
We apologize, man. We're not perfect, and Carl's passport certainly isn't perfect.
Right.
So, hey, it was so funny though, y'all. Y'all should have been there. Like, and even in London, like, it's sad, but like we would go through customs, and me and Ian get through customs in like 10 seconds, and every time we look back, they giving Carl the 3rd degree, and they like, what kind of passport is this? That Barbados passport, and then it's like kind of like paper looking, like it looked like you could just run up to Kinko's and make you one real
Well,
quick.
because Carl done had the same one for 25 years.
I'm like, Carl, bruh. So we gonna get Carl the passport he needs in order to sail in and out of these customs. I promise you, they looked at us like, why you here? We was like, oh, conference. They was like, clink, clink. Carl was over there like, listen, I was born in Barbados, a small island south of Miami. I'm like, what in the devil? So we all made it back stateside, man. Listen, man, thank you to the people of Australia. I know we talked about it a little bit last podcast, but we finished up in Perth. And man, the energy, you know, that you guys showed us, the love, just on the street level, everywhere, man, was just incredible. And we're already counting down the days till we come back.
Oh, man.
Glenn and Naomi, shout out to them, man.
Much
for
love.
making it happen 4 years in a row. We're looking forward to getting back. I brought the Vegemite back.
Ooh.
I brought the Vegemite back.
I felt bad.
Yeah, I gave it to my son.
It was
Now
weird,
listen.
though. I felt like you coerced them. Like, you know, in the PhD program, when you do questions, they're not supposed to be leading questions.
Yeah, no.
I kind of felt a little bit like that was a lead. You led him a little bit into that boy.
Yeah, for sure. So I gave Trey a little Vegemite on a graham cracker, and he wasn't just repulsed by it.
He wasn't, but you said, you kind of alluded
like,
to,
you like it, huh?
you like it's chocolate. It's like chocolate.
It
You
looked
kept
like
saying,
chocolate. He thought it was chocolate.
right, you kept saying that.
His facial expression
Did not
said
say he
nothing
liked
close
it.
to
Right.
chocolate.
Did not say I love it.
Right.
But nonetheless, I did try to get him to try it, man. So again, shout out to all.
But your mom, no.
Moms and pops.
Just-
Pops messed this whole day up. Pops couldn't even make the dressing right because he couldn't taste it right.
couldn't taste it right.
You done threw my taste buds off for the day. But we are up and running.
And shout out to our Australian folks,
thanks to
though.
Ken
Yeah, we
for
love
buying
you.
us these these low-grade batteries. Listen, y'all, we are doing well as a company. We're going to do more financially than we've ever done this year. And I still got to look at the low-rate Panasonic
I love it, Ken.
batteries.
Ken say he still got that dog in him.
He keeping them humble.
You know the kind of batteries when you buy a TV that just come automatically in the remote control?
these
They
are
like
those.
green and orange.
Yeah.
You've never seen it. Those are the kind of batteries we use for this podcast.
But much love to you, Ken, because you know they only gonna use it for this and get rid of it. So I feel you, Ken.
It's unbelievable. I know we're trying to cut costs. It's just, but
we always trying to cut costs. Yeah.
My New Year's resolution is, can we please get some new batteries that might last?
What kind you looking for?
Duracell, the copper top, Energizer Bunny, something.
He been watching a lot of TV,
I just want
Ken.
anything that got a commercial.
Panasonic don't have a commercial?
Not for batteries.
Oh, okay.
I think they might got a TV commercial.
Yeah, okay.
They doing batteries in their spare time, bro. They definitely not 120 with the batteries. So usually I do it Am I Tripping Or, but today I wanted to switch it up. And I got a new segment that I like to keep the people on their toes.
Yeah, keep
and
them
in
on
the
their
spirit of
toes.
the holiday season.
Yeah.
And keep us on our toes, too.
They don't know where I'm going with it.
Mm-hmm.
He does, because we had a little situation.
Well,
a little situation.
Hey,
No.
He had one. I ain't had one.
Hold on. No. I'll give you your chance. But this new segment.
See, I told you I don't like the segments though, because he get to set the segments up.
And let me tell you something, player. This is how it works. If at any time you feel the need to propose a segment to the board, I am the board now.
Right. So how's that gonna work?
To submit that.
Right. Put Carl on the board so I can at least have two people on the board.
So this new segment that I want to do, and you'll hear it from time to time, is called E or C. All right, it's just E or C. And I'm gonna, E and I, we've been, close, man, running mates for the last 11 years, and so we often have a difference of opinion. We often, although, we built this company together, and most of the time we on one accord. Sometimes, man, we just don't see eye to eye on certain things, right? Most now business time we do, but just in our personal lives, we spend a lot of time together. And sometimes things get get caught in the crossfire. So what I thought I would do is bring it to the podcast when me and E had these discrepancies in our relationship and these times we missed each other. I wanted to bring it to the podcast audience to let them help us decide E or C. And in this game, in this segment, it's very simple. You just say whether you agree with E or whether you agree with C. So let me set the stage. I'm back in Michigan. Most of you listen to this podcast, I live in Atlanta. So I come back up to Michigan and stay with my folks, right? We ain't big time. We stay with the parents. You know what I'm saying? We all comfy and cozy in the house. So the bed at my folks' house was just like a nightmare. Like last time I was almost just threw my back out. This time, y'all know I got the shoulder thing I'm dealing with. I slept on the bed one night and I was like, I can't do it no more. I need a new bed. I'm on the phone with E the next day and I'm like, man, my body hurt, bro. The time changed from Australia and now I'm sleeping on this whack bed. I need to go get a bed. To which the hip hop preacher replies, oh, don't even trip. I got a bed over here. We got extra beds. Jada gone out the house. We got a bed in the basement.
He putting extra words now, y'all. He throwing salt now. My man said extra.
Wait.
But I'm saying he trying to put something. He's setting up a scenario where he putting words in my mouth.
You get to explain your side. This is why it's called E or C.
I'm going to explain my side, but you can't make up words.
Hold on.
When he put the word extra, he's trying to tilt it to his side already.
Okay.
Nobody live in my house. Everybody know I got extra beds because it's only me and my wife in my house.
Okay, cool. So I don't even need that for the argument. It's like the prosecution once said they won't throw out the knife they found in the garage. I'm good. We can throw out the knife in the garage. I can still prove my point. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, Didi might not be having that. I'm gonna just go buy one. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not tripping on that. D, you just, E is a very spontaneous kind of guy. He's very giving. We all know that. But I'm like, your wife, that's your wife's stuff. If it was like something of yours, I'd be like, cool, but that's, community, probably more so your wife. So I'm like, no, I'm straight. He was like, come on, see, we ain't tripping, bro. We got beds over here. I said, okay, cool, I guess so. I said, but do me a favor, talk to Didi. He said, I don't need to talk to Didi. I said, E, okay, now you sound real bossy right now.
Yeah.
Right? So he said, I don't need to talk to Didi. So I say, okay, cool. So then he texted me that night because he thought I was coming that night, right? So he texted me like, yo, you coming to get the bed? And I was like, shoot, my bad, I ran late. I don't know what happened, but for whatever reason, I couldn't get over to get the bed. So I'm like, I'll come tomorrow. So he like, all right, cool. So Next day comes around, I call him, about 5 o'clock, and he like, yo, come get the bed. I'm not gonna be there, but I'll open the doors for you. You can come get the bed. Whole nine. So I'm like, cool. So I got my brother who's with me. I'm like, he can help me go get it. I don't want to inconvenience Carl because he might, be doing this thing with his family. I don't want to, take anybody else's time. So I go rent a U-Haul because we got my folks got a family van. You can't necessarily fit nothing in the family van. So I go rent a U-Haul, go over to the Thomas household, grab the bed, get the frame all put up, lug everything into the U-Haul, call them like, yo, what you want me to do with the stuff? Because they had like some picture frames and stuff under the bed. I'm like, yo, I ain't trying to leave your house a mess. What you want me to do with the stuff? So he said something. He said, oh, it's cool. Just leave it there. It'll only be a week. So I was like, what is it? Maybe he's taking these pictures and doing something else where I'm not thinking in my head. What does he mean it'd be a week? So then I'm driving, I get back in the U-Haul, I'm like, all right, cool. So I was like, let me call him and make sure. He's not trying to tell me I got to bring this bed back in a week. Y'all know I come home on a regular basis and I always stay at my folks. So I was like, matter of fact, let me call Didi. So I called Didi, I was like, Didi, you cool with us taking this bed, right? She was like, yeah, y'all just need it for a minute, huh? I was like, wait a minute. No. I was like, yo, I need the bed to take to my folk house. I'm like, she's like, oh, he didn't say that. He said you just needed to borrow it for the week and he was going to bring it back on Friday. I'm like, why would I go through all of this trouble?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Rent a U-Haul. Take 3 hours out my day to go buy a U-Haul, put my name, a credit card, everything, to go love this big old... I can buy a bed, bro. Like I said, we doing well at ETA. I got enough money to buy a bed. So I get back. So I'm calling E. I hear E in the background like, oh, I ain't say that. I'm like, E. Now, okay, so Carl, you have the premise. E or C? And I'll let E get his side.
I gotta hear his side.
No, you gotta hear my side. There's no side.
Am I wrong for assuming
I'm just saying,
he was letting me have the bed?
No, I'm just saying it's not my side. See, I take an L. He won. It's customer service. You always right. But I'm just saying, I apologize. I took the L. I was wrong. I talked to my wife about it. But I have never heard nobody. I guess I was confused because I never thought he meant he wanted it forever. I mean, I didn't hear that. I heard my back's messed up. We visit from time to time. We're going to be here Christmas, Thanksgiving. We need the bed. Okay, cool. But I didn't think he was saying, I want to have the bed. I didn't hear that. So it's not C or E. C's right. I'm wrong. But I'm just saying, I didn't hear. I talked to my wife, said they need to borrow the bed. I didn't hear, I want to come. As a matter of fact, I'm wrong because he was going to take the bed upstairs. That's the best bed in the house. That's the guest bed. It's a 20-year-old bed. It's like real wood. So I wasn't thinking he wanted to come and borrow it for life. I just thought he meant he needed it while he was here for the holidays because I knew he was going to be here for Thanksgiving. I knew he was coming back for Christmas. So it's no C or E. C absolutely won. He's right. I'm wrong. But I'm just saying, I don't know why I didn't hear when we were talking. First of all, he didn't say he could go buy a bed. That's number one. I never heard C say, E, let me get the bed or I can go buy the bed. I'm just saying, he's right. I'm wrong. But I'm saying I didn't hear the part where you said you could go buy a bed. I heard you say, E, Candace sleeping on the couch. My parents don't have that type of mattress. My back's messed up. I'm like, oh, no question. But if I would have heard it.
I called like a damsel in distress. We were just having a regular conversation.
I'm just saying. I would have easily said to Didi, because I did tell her you was coming to get it, but we got a bed in the basement. So I could have just given you that bed, but I said it. Everybody that knows me knows that I have selective hearing. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking to me, I might get 70% out of 100. So I'm never going to say anybody is wrong for saying something to me and I didn't catch the whole thing. So it's not C or E, it's definitely C. I'm just saying I just never heard that before. I never heard nobody say they want to come and get the bed for life. I messed up. So I will say this, guys, no excuses, adjustments. He got the bed, and Didi and I are going to go buy another bed today.
I will be writing a check.
You don't need to feel bad about it. Didi wasn't tripping.
I told Didi I'm writing a check.
Yeah, Didi wasn't tripping.
My other thing is, like literally over under me asking you 4 times if you talk to Didi about it. If I was just gonna use it for the week, I'd have been like, I know D ain't gonna trip for that.
And that's why I didn't know why you wanted me to talk to her about it. That's why when you said you talked to Didi, I was like, talk to Didi for what? You come in to brawl and bring it back. Like, why would I need to talk to Didi about that? But everybody that knows me knows if you talking to me, I just had a problem with my man at Chick-fil-A. Some kind of way my man didn't hear. I thought I said chicken and cheese and eggs. And so I'm saying, so I'm not gonna ever make no excuses. I'm gonna always, when I'm wrong, I'm gonna make the adjustment. So she said, I said, he said, I want to have it. I didn't hear I want to have it. I heard I wanted to borrow it.
Okay, so
so I think I would have been wrong if I would have been like, oh no, you can't come get it. But I was like, yo, I messed up. Come get the bed and I'll go buy another one. I blew it. It is what it is. I made the adjustment.
Hold on. So I'm saying, okay, let's get past the semantics of it.
Right.
Would you think if somebody called you and
I'm saying, see, I never had that situation before.
I know, I'm just
Nobody's
saying.
ever called me to ask me to get my bed.
Yeah, no.
I've never heard that before.
No, I didn't call you and ask you for the bed.
I'm saying, well, so however it happened, I'm just saying to you, I've never had an incident
but you have
where
had
somebody
people borrow your bed.
No.
Okay, so I'm saying.
So I'm saying it was new period.
If you had to infer either way.
And I inferred that borrow.
Okay,
that's what I inferred.
So then let's ask the other 3 people in the room. If you just had to infer somebody like, yo, dang, my back blew out, this mattress crazy. Like, so then.
If it was your house, maybe, but it's your parents' house.
But you know, I come up here all the time and sleep in that same bed.
I'm just saying, if Carl said he moving and he need a bed, I would definitely think, oh, you need to keep a bed. But if you call, I'm in my parents' house, I'm just thinking you at your parents' house, you need it when you're at your parents' house, not that it needed to be at your parents' house forever.
I'll U-Haul it back and forth every single time.
I didn't know you was going to have to get a U-Haul. I never needed a U-Haul for my mattress before. You said you was borrowing a mattress at first.
I got a truck.
No, at first you said mattress. So I'm like, oh, see, and I told you. I was like, you can't get your father's truck to bring the mattress? And you was like, no, it's not going to fit my father's truck. That's why when I asked you about your father's truck, I'm just thinking you just taking a mattress. When you said U-Haul, I was like, oh, this is turning into something totally confusing. When you asked me, I was like, you can't remember I said you can't put it in your father's truck? Or your father's van, you can't take the seats out your father's van.
Yeah, and I said no, I can't.
And so when I said that,
I couldn't have put a mattress in there. But a mattress wouldn't even fit in that.
Well,
van.
A mattress would fit in my Escalade. A mattress by itself, because it can bend. So I was thinking you were just coming to scoop the mattress. That's why I said that. I didn't think you was coming to get the mattress, the box spring, and the frame. I didn't think that.
No.
I didn't hear that. So that's why I'm saying I'm wrong, because I didn't hear that.
Yeah, because we had that conversation because I said the bed that I had at the house was a full. I said, what size is that bed? He said, queen. I said, well, shoot, I'm going to need I don't have nothing.
Right.
Like, so I didn't have anything. So I was like, oh, I'm going to need, and so he was like, bet, no doubt.
But then you hear when I said, can you put it in your father's car?
Yeah, of course.
So I was thinking mattress, because I said you could put it in your father's car. And he was like, yo, I can't fit it in my father's car. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So when you said you was going to get the U-Haul and the screwdriver, I was like, okay, yeah, I totally misconfused what we were saying. Because you said you need a screwdriver to take the bed apart. I was like, yo, I totally didn't hear that.
Okay.
I totally didn't hear that.
I'm just saying, if somebody called you in that situation, would you infer that they were trying to borrow the bed and bring it back? Or would you infer that, I said I had an extra bed. I know he comes up here on a regular basis.
See, now you're going to the whole, he adding stuff. I know he come on a regular basis. I didn't know none of that. I thought you needed the bed for now. No, you don't come up with enough. No.
What am I going to do with the mattress that I threw out?
And I'm saying you're absolutely right about that.
I didn't know that part. You threw out the other one.
But I didn't know all of that.
I told him, I'm like, yo, this mattress dead.
See, we didn't go that deep. I think you right that I inferred, but I think there was some stuff that you thought that you didn't say all that on the phone. So that's why I said mattress. I said, can it fit in your father's car? And you said it couldn't. I said mattress. I didn't know mattress, box spring.
Okay, so even still, in my head, what you gonna do with a box spring and a frame?
No, I thought you were just gonna get a mattress.
You don't need it down there.
I thought you was going.
So why would I would have took it out and took it to the dump for you or gave it away.
Well, this is what I'm saying, and this is why I inferred this, and I could be wrong. But Carl has borrowed a mattress before when his family came, but he just came and got the mattress and they laid on it.
A house away.
But I'm saying that's regardless. That's why I said, can you fit it? But Carl could have still told me he wanted to keep it. He never kept it. He just borrows the mattress when his family comes. He'll borrow a mattress and put the mattress on what he has, and his family will sleep on it, and we'll come back and get the mattress later. So that's probably where I went wrong. I was using my situation when Carl's family come and borrow it. I bring it there. we get it back. But nobody has ever said, can I get the whole bed? That's just never happened to me before. So I was wrong. You're right. But I use Carl's situation as my how I deal with it. And Carl does it all the time. When his family come, I bring the mattress back and forth all the time. But I've never given him the whole bed, if that makes sense. So that's why I said I'm wrong. But to infer means you use information that you have to make a conscious decision. I use what I do with Carl. And he never got the whole bed.
So being that I do go back and forth, you think I would have rather just went out and paid a couple $100 and got one that I could just keep there?
Absolutely. That's why I said I'm wrong. But I didn't know all of that. See, I didn't know you was doing it for every time you come home.
So there's something.
Harry jumps in now. So here we go.
Somebody bring some rationale.
I kind of, based on just not, and again, it all goes down to your conversation.
Absolutely.
That's the key. I can't say much, outside your conversation. But the reality is, based on just saying, I'm here, I want to grab a bed, I can see where it goes there. But I'm saying it still boils down to what y'all say to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear, I'm just saying, not thinking. You hear, I'm uncomfortable, grab the bed,
absolutely.
Put it in, boom. That's the immediate thought that you would have. But based on what y'all said to each other, I can't go here or there.
And that's why I said I'm taking the L. That's why I said it's not a C or E.
C.
Right, but I'm saying it's C. I'm taking the L because...
You're not taking the L. You're doing a very good job articulating yourself.
No. I'm saying I'm taking the L in that you said... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm wrong. Because you said something to me, and I'm going to be mature and say, everything you said, I'm going to say you said it. But I'm saying to you, when I've dealt with people in the past in terms of my bed, I didn't give them my bed. I took the mattress over. They used the mattress for their family. When their family left, they gave me my mattress back. When their family came back, if they needed it, I gave them the mattress again. So I didn't give Carl the mattress once, and he kept it the entire time. When his family comes back and forth, if they would need it, then I would just bring it back and give it to him. So I'm wrong.
That it's a different process.
But I'm saying I didn't. No, it's not a different process. His family comes back and forth probably more than you come back and forth.
Right, but it's next door.
But I don't think that has anything to do with if it's next door or not. We still got to put it in the car.
Proximity plays
I'm just going to tell you, I just spent 20 minutes on the podcast.
Which is why I didn't want to do it, though. Which is why I didn't want to go here. But I'm just saying, you got to understand something. If Carl lived 8 houses down or 3 blocks away, I still have to get the mattress in the vehicle intake. So it doesn't make, I can't put it in a Ford Fusion because he lives next door. I still have to get a vehicle to put it in to take. It wasn't like we carried it down the street.
So we'll let it go. But I just never heard nobody be like, let me borrow your bed for a couple days.
We just said Carl just did it.
No, if you
Carl's
live
family
next
does
door.
it. That don't have anything to do with if you live next door or not.
Honestly,
it's a bed.
For the interns, I did it for this summer. I gave the interns like an extra bed when they came up for the summer.
And then we got it back.
For how long?
Literally, but they were here for at least a month.
Interns gone for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Right. How often do I come home? How often am I in Michigan?
A couple times.
Right, but his family's here way more than your family is than you here, and we go back and forth.
Next door, so it's like y'all share everything from door to door.
But we just said we gave the interns the bed, and they don't live nowhere near.
Yeah, but they're here for 1 month and gone for 11.
I think that's what we're confused at.
I'll be back in 3 weeks.
And then how long will you be back before then?
Before February, probably.
Okay, so I'm just saying to you that
I'm probably here once a month.
So again, what you said, it's semantics. It is. In your mind, you think you should get it and keep it. In my mind,
I don't think anything.
In my mind, though, we've been going back and forth with beds.
I don't think anything. I would have just bought a bed and just say for real. Bro, I'm not trying to be funny. I could just literally go cash out on the bed and be like, okay, I got a bed and it's here and I'll never have to worry about it. But I'm saying,
and from your perspective, but as we have been dealing with beds, we've been going back and forth with beds.
All right, you heard it. So I'm gonna
it ain't nothing to hear.
I'm gonna let the people. I'm gonna let the people
but
decide.
The people don't have to decide.
I'm gonna let the people
decide. You said you brought it up for a reason. You brought it up because you felt like you was in the right.
Well, because then I gotta look like some little homeless little, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't gotta look homeless and just a miscommunication.
Oh, you were just stealing our bed? I'm like in the middle of the night with a U-Haul. I'm like, you got me looking crazy. I would have rather went down to our bed.
For all the listeners, my wife and I weren't even at home when they picked up the bed. So my wife didn't even see the bed come or go. So he don't look like nothing. And I owe C I probably owe C $1 million beds. That's why I'm like, I'm not even tripping. I probably owe him $1 million beds for where we are. So
I'm saying I would have rather just let the Thomas family have their spare beds.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I got a question for the listeners. Can y'all imagine for 1 second what a Breathe University decision looks like? If this is about a bed, can y'all imagine what it looks like?
The decisions are easy, and Carl can admit, just like what we doing with the C or E, he came up with it. C make the decisions, and I just roll with him. It ain't no difference. Absolutely. Which is why it's a C or E segment.
Yo, give him his credit. He ain't messed us up, but that one time with the shirt. So he got
and I pretend like that didn't even exist.
He got a sweet battle record, so we gotta keep going.
Yeah, I missed one. You know what I'm saying? I'm 99.9%.
Well, he might have missed 2 or 3, but me and Carl will never deflate his ego and tell him he missed 1 or 2 more. So we ain't gonna say nothing to him about it. We just let him keep his 100% record. The T-shirt was only because it was blatant and everybody saw it. And he agreed that he messed up. Is the only reason we say he messed up.
This segment E or C is brought to you by ETA Grind Gear, which to date has grossed millions of dollars, with the exception of that $5,000 gap we had at the beginning. All right, moving on.
And for those of you who don't want to mess up your friendship, please don't ask to borrow people's stuff. Don't borrow your friend's stuff so y'all can keep y'all good relationship and not have to waste 30 minutes on the podcast. I didn't want to waste 30 minutes on the podcast. Let it be known that was C's idea.
No, I
did not want to go there.
Hey, the people
I have way more stuff to talk about.
People are a part of our lives. They need to know what goes on.
Not 30 minutes though. Not everything.
What's happening with us in the
not
company.
Everything. It's what C want the world to know.
No, this is a big part of how decisions are made and how things get caught in the crossfire. What we really just did is teach y'all a lesson on communication.
Right.
Big. There it is.
You know, and that's what this whole thing is about, right? No, I'm kidding.
Which is why I took the L, because I'm terrible when it comes to communication.
I never seen nobody say they take an L but argue they point harder than the other person.
I didn't have to. I just didn't want you to lie. There's a couple things that you lied about.
Wrong.
Yeah. No. I took the L, but there was a couple things that you weren't 100% truthful about, and I just had to bring those things out.
Okay. Well, I'm in the holiday spirit now. That guy, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like talking about turkey.
No.
That made me hungry.
Well, I went and bought 2 last night.
You started on?
I did.
So real quick, thank y'all for entertaining us with that. Use the hashtag EOC. Hit us on Twitter. I'm going to keep a tally. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know what
I promise you he will.
And I'll reveal it on the next podcast.
I promise you he will.
In all seriousness, man, it's good to be back home and around family. I got a house full, man. You know, I got nieces, nephews. My kids now having, my daughter, her first Thanksgiving, we had with the family on a regular basis. And I guess the thing that, hit me was, like, I'm trying to find the balance this week of enjoying that family time and work. Obviously now we're up at the office, we're doing the podcast, stuff like that. But, like, you try to enjoy the holidays as much as you can. But I know for us, and it may not be as bad now, but I remember a time when it was like, I couldn't even fathom taking a day off. You know what I mean? Like, I really couldn't fathom spending 2, 3, 4 days in a row without, like, not even, and we ain't talking about just working. Like, this is our lives. Like, we've dedicated everything to this. But now, as I get older, and especially having kids, and let me tell you something, we were going to Australia for 12 days, something like that. Trey has not left my side, like, since I walked through the door. My man all on me. I go to the bathroom, he right there. And so for me, I'm like, okay, see, try to find that balance between enjoying this time with your family, hanging out, go to a movie, doing all of those things, but then still staying on top of what we have to get done as a company. And I think, E, from you, I kind of wanted to know, like, how do you find that balance? Because I think you're the person that people look to as, like, a workaholic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the person that people look to, like, E grind 24/7. And he does grind, but E still has one of the best marriages I've ever seen. He's got a great relationship with his kids. And most of the time when you think about grinding like that, most people, they killing it on the business side. And your marriage might not suck, but it ain't necessarily sweet either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all might be, like, happy that it's money coming in and things like that. But E has found a balance where, for real, you can do certain things with your family. You can take trips. I know in December, you used to just roll out for, like, the whole month. And how do you find that balance especially from my entrepreneurs and my people out there who work 60, 70 hours a week during times like this, in the Thanksgiving season, in the Christmas season, to find that balance and strike that balance so that you are more readily available for your family, but you don't lose anything on the business?
Yeah, this is why I think family, having a business that's a family is important. You know what I'm saying? You just heard C, he talked about his brother, going to the house yesterday, Carl, and getting to bed. It's like, while we're acting silly, the reality is, for real, we're a family, you know what I'm saying? And so one of the things that we have to do is discuss amongst ourselves, like, how are we going to take the time off? Like, because we do know we're going to have to take time off. And so we have decided as a company that come, Thanksgiving, as we roll into December, that we grind, but we pull back. It's almost like I used to work. When I was at Michigan State, I used to work what they would call, 80, I was 80%er. You know what I'm saying? I only worked during the school year and they gave me like a month or two off, and so for us, it's like, hey, by the time we get to Thanksgiving, man, we grind so hard all year that we kind of go in like a hybrid mode. It's like work, family, and so Didi and I, my mother, her mother, we talk and say, okay, what's this holiday like? Are we doing Thanksgiving and Christmas this year? Or are we doing Thanksgiving and we're going to get to go somewhere? Because actually this year, we're staying home because we've been gone so many Decembers, and we're going to do Christmas with our family and Thanksgiving this year. So, just talking to Didi, talking to the kids. Jalen's not going to be here for Thanksgiving. Of course, Michigan State University is at a tournament. So they're on the road. My daughter's coming home tonight and she's going to stay with us. So for real, guys, it is hybrid. It is, we know we still got to do business because people are still buying products. We got Black Friday. And then what's cool about it is a group of us say, yo, we working this year on Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? So Jamal, my mom, my mother-in-law, they've been working on Black Friday gear, getting all that organized and giving some of us an opportunity to say, this year we don't have to touch that. We're just going to focus on whatever. So I just think, man, with your spouse, with your family, there should be a lot of, here go that word again, a lot of communication, but effective communication. You feel me? Effective communication. And I mean this. Some of you guys think you need to change the world and you don't. Sometimes you just need to get your family involved. And it doesn't need to be perfect, but everybody needs to have their say, if that makes sense. Everybody needs to feel like they're able to buy in. My daughter, Dad, we want you to make your turkey. My wife said yesterday, like, look, you making a turkey not only for the church, but we need a turkey for the house, and so it's like, all right, boo, let's go buy that turkey. I got to make 3 this year.
I'm going to be real. I do not like turkey like that, Thanksgiving turkey like that. I'm not a big fan. And the reason is because I'm usually just a white meat kind of guy. I'm not big on dark meat. Hey, eat turkey.
It's the truth, yeah.
Be slamming. I'm not even going to front.
I stole it from Mr.
He
B.
keeps the most moist turkey. The white meat be fire, like juicy. I'm like, okay, how is you pulling it off? I think we did a tutorial.
I think last Thanksgiving.
Last Thanksgiving we did a tutorial on it. But no, I feel you. Carl, what about you? How does the balance thing work out for you, especially around the holidays? Like, it's tough enough during like regular times, but during the holidays, like, yo, I'm gonna be real. I just don't go to movies like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, like, we don't do a whole lot of like social outings. And, like, I think the problem, and my wife will probably attest to this, and maybe I'm wrong. It's like, and I got it from E. Like, we won't do a whole lot like throughout like the regular days and weeks, but then we'll do like a big trip. Like, they came to Australia.
Right.
We did Hawaii.
Right.
So I'm hoping that holds you over for like the next 6 months.
No doubt.
But I don't know that that's necessarily the most effective strategy in doing it. You know what I'm saying? And so, but that's how I used to see you do it.
Yeah, it works.
You know
and I mean, they love it. And you got to know your wife. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, see, you know what I'm saying? C ain't telling y'all the whole 9, but, I do remember, if I'm correct, they went to, what do you call that, head? And the Carolina Sea, what's that called? It's a retreat. Like a retreat. if you will, spot in North Carolina. But he took his family on it was in Carolina.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
What's that place called? I can't remember.
Yeah, but it's in is it in Carolina, South Carolina, North Carolina?
It's in I don't know.
Yeah, but they went on the ocean and spent some time together, whatever that resort in the Carolinas is. They've been there. So he does do a lot of stuff. So for me, it's like when you take your wife on 4 or 5, let's say 2 or 3 big trips out the country, Hawaii, Australia, then you take her to the beach, and whatever. And they've been to Alabama, on the shores of Alabama. So he's done about 5 or 6 trips that, for real, you may not have to do the movies.
Thank you for reminding me of that.
No doubt.
You remember that? I'm like, as you talking, I'm like,
Can somebody look that up? Hammerhead or something. But it's some resort. Hilton Head. So Hilton Head Resorts. They went there. They went to the Alabama. They went on the shores a couple times in Alabama. They've been to a couple spots.
To this podcast.
Yeah. They've been to a couple spots.
Because I'm for real. You draw my memory. But I'm saying, I got you. But I'm saying, is it like, I need to do a better job, I think, of throwing a weekend in there, like, a Saturday night we're going to go to the movies or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just from time to time, because I'm with you. But then if it's like, okay, we did that, and then we got 2 months.
Well, she had a little favorite show she liked, and you start watching a little favorite show with her this year. Forgot what the show was, but.
Did I? Yeah.
You did, because you would call me and tell me.
So let me enlighten y'all. I had the privilege, y'all, of sitting with their wives and my wife for 7 hours.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
For 7 hours.
He's a saint, y'all.
No, you got to set that up, Carl. Don't just go. Just set that up, please, because they're going to be like, what in the world? Me and Eden had nothing to do with it. We came back whoa.
They set me up, but the trip to Australia, these guys went to New Zealand. I stayed back with the ladies, and we sat for 7 hours one afternoon. And
is that figurative or literal?
No, literal 7 hours. We watched the restaurant. We were in the hotel, but like at the, what do you call it? I'm blanking. Where they had the food there, the little area. Whatever. But we watched them change. The shift change. That's how long we was in there. Wow. They changed shifts. So the first of the people that took an order left, and then a whole new group came back and was like, I need something like 7 hours. So what I'm going to tell both of y'all now is you can't do enough.
Absolutely.
Flat out.
You can't do enough.
Carl sat there and took that for 7 hours. I already knew what the topic of the conversation was. He was on his phone all the time.
Absolutely.
He works
it ain't
too
enough
much.
you can do. They need focus. They need direct attention. The little trips is nice, but then especially the holidays. So here's the key thing, and y'all know it. The holidays ain't about you or what's going on. The holidays is the time that the whole world is slowing down and recognizing it. So you feel it on the holidays. If you do it Tuesday in March, it's cool. We appreciate it. This is their voice. Forgive me. This is their voice. We appreciate it in March. Yeah. But the whole world is slowing down. Everybody's thinking about family. Everybody's thinking about that kind of stuff. Eating, fellowship. When you think November, that's that time. So now, I don't care what you got going on leading up to it, you got to start. You got to kind of figure out the balance if you got to get up earlier. And that's what we've done. You got to get up earlier, get some stuff done, stay up a little later to get it done. You balance it out. But let me tell y'all something. It ain't nothing replacing that time.
And I hope Didi wasn't in the conversation, because doggone it, every year December, we're in California for 3 weeks.
Didi was a little on the opposite side. Didi's like, can y'all tell me how to get Douglas away from me?
Okay, there we go. All right, there we go.
So what she did say is that, okay, when he is focused, he's focused.
Right.
But she said, now sometimes he's too focused. Like, I need a break from that.
You feel me though, Steve? You can't win. Like Carl said,
you can't win.
So I take my family to California and get away from everything and everybody. Now I'm here. My man too focused. But fellas, if you're gonna get in trouble, get in trouble from being too focused. Yeah,
for sure.
Get in trouble on that.
No doubt. And what was your wife saying?
Well, Carl is of all of us, he is the worker.
I'm the worker bee. I'm called a hand, so y'all know what
absolutely.
That means.
So, the brain get to take off for a little while, and the mouth can shut up.
At the end of the day, man, I'm the one that took the worst beat. My wife is absolutely what you said.
Oh, you was there with your wife. She was looking at your face.
I'm with the kids.
Me and E over in New Zealand. Meanwhile,
drinking tea and eating biscuits.
Oh, for sure.
No, I got it, though. She was just like the same thing. Like, dude, like, for real, put your phone away. Stop telling your kids, and this is not me, again, just balance. Like, there are times you got to get stuff done. Tell your kids, I can't do it right now. But she's like, you still got to make sure that at the end of the day, they feel like they had more of you than not. Like at the end of the day, we feel as a family that you were here more than not. Like do your work, get everything done. And to be honest, we don't even care about that.
Yeah.
Figure that out. But we need more of you at the end of the day.
man,
like,
and it's such a balance, man, because
man.
I'm like, yo,
It is.
I'm like, it's some sacrifices gonna have to be made. And that's why I tell all my folk who's single, like,
grind.
oh my goodness.
Will in here. Look at Will when you say it.
Hey,
Look at Will when you say it.
Will, let me tell you something, Will. You ain't got no, I don't know if you got a girl or not, but you ain't married and you ain't got no kids, bruh. I'm talking about overdrive.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you could be 1,000 miles an hour. You gonna slow down a little bit. You have to, right? It's just a natural, for real. Trey ain't trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he like, yo, I'm ready to go outside. I already play baseball, football. We play tackle. We do this. I need a bat. And it's just things those are hours in the day that you'll never get back. And so I look back, but I said, thank God for that. And we got in trouble again overseas because I said something and he ran with it. That's the next ERC.
Right.
Doggone it. That's another thing we had.
Right.
He took my words and switched them all around during a speech.
Oh, man.
I didn't switch them around. We're talking about that next
ERC. Yeah, wait till the next podcast. Yeah, you're right.
I don't want to waste 30 more minutes of y'all time on this one.
I promise you.
But I ain't taking the L on this one. Let me just say that.
No doubt. But, so yeah, I'm going to I forgot where I was going because I wanted to get on that. But
you were just talking about what I said at the conference and the girls.
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
That's the next ERC. Next ERC. Save yourself another 30 minutes of listening to the podcast so you can catch that. But no, it is that balance. And I think, for real, I am grateful to my wife early on especially before we had kids, for giving me that room and saying like, okay, I understand this is a process. Because you got to think about it. Now, we doing our thing. We've built the company up. The company is rolling. So don't get me wrong. It's still intense. And we still work every day. We love what we do. And it is intense. But I don't know if it's as intense as it was when my wife was paying all the bills. And I wasn't bringing no money in.
No question.
So there was a different level of focus and grind. And I think I had a little bit more rope back then than I do now.
Absolutely.
And not that we've gotten comfortable, but I think like my wife is like, okay, we taking trips. We got money in the bank. We got nice cars, nice house. Like, okay, at some point you gotta, enjoy this thing. And I'm with her, and I understand that. And so I guess for me, still finding that sweet spot, but understanding that, okay, you're not gonna get a million Thanksgivings. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like Thanksgiving come once a year. Christmas come once a year. And so there are going to be seasons, and I think that's the one thing E always taught us. Like, it's going to be a season where you're going to have to go in. Like, when I'm doing the album, for real, that's a season. It's different for the company. Because when I'm doing the album, I go all the way in, and it's like, I kind of cut everything else off. But it's only a season, and I come in and out of that. You know what I mean? And so,
I wanted to say, too, like, for those of you, it could be a husband or wife. In our case, it's the husbands that's grinding, right? But it could be a wife that's grinding.
Of course. And no, my wife grinding, though.
Yeah.
Be careful you
I'm just saying, in terms of my conversation, I'm just saying, like, if you're a husband.
We're the only entrepreneurs, for sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though, but if you're a husband and you're an entrepreneur, don't be mad at your wife for making sure you balance in terms of family. And if you are a wife who's grinding entrepreneur and your husband's not, in that same position, wife, don't be mad at your husband.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure that y'all understand that we're not on different teams. But what it is we have a different focus, but that focus creates a balance, right? So like for real, some of y'all like, my girl don't get it. She not supposed to get it. Or my man don't get it. Like they're not supposed to get it. They're not supposed to let a person like me who is, I always say a freak. I'm getting up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm only getting up 5 hours of sleep. Like I'm on the plane one day, next day, at the prison, at the youth, like I'm grinding. It's my wife's responsibility to say, because if it was up to me, and I was about to say what C said, but we'll talk about it next week. If it was up to me,
we won't start worrying. Let's say like that.
Yeah, if it was up to me, like I just keep going. So I'm not mad at my wife because she said put the brakes on it. And there are those of you when your wife tell you to put the brakes on it and spend time with the family and do more for your children. You own that. Well, I'm paying bills. Look at the life we living. That don't have nothing to do with you need to be balanced. Like, why are you married and why do you have a family if you're not going to spend time with them? Mm-hmm. Like, it don't make sense. But understand, we're entrepreneurs and we know there's a delicate balance, but we're saying Find that balance, but don't become each other's enemy. Like y'all on the same, hear me, y'all are on the same team, you have the same goals, and you're trying to get to the same place. It's just one person is offensive minded, one person is defensive minded, but it's still the same team.
So what I'll add real quick is the piece that Didi said, not this last talk, but Didi just said to us earlier in the year, don't take it for granted. And it's always going to be there. And I think that's the piece that a lot of people miss. You think that you're going to work for 10 years and then after that you got a chance to
absolutely
right. I'm saying Didi looked me in the face and it's like, yo, your wife could have a disease tomorrow. Like it ain't guaranteed. So when you do have the natural opportunity, Thanksgiving, Christmas, like make sure you're intentional about that. Now do it other times too. Like, but when you have the opportunity to make it, count.
Yeah, and you know what I think has helped me over the last few years is realizing that, when you're doing something you're passionate about, and guys, we're passionate about, changing lives and helping people and inspiring people and motivating people. I told you guys, we're in the streets of Brisbane, Australia, and the kid comes up and tells E that his speech is, I can, I will, I must, has gotten him through chemo and he's going in for a treatment the next day. Like, we do what we love doing. And so there is no finish line. Right? Like, that's the thing. It's like, it's not like, okay, give me 3 more years, I'm gonna make, $10 million and then I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me 5 more years, I'm gonna make this money and I'm done. I'll never have to do it again. Like, I think for me, realizing that, this thing ain't going nowhere. It's for life. And so you're right. You do have to enjoy these moments. You do have to slow down and say, okay, let me make sure I take, full advantage of all these opportunities that I have with my family. Because it's not like
it's not guaranteed.
It's not, it's not guaranteed. And like I said, there's no end anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't never about to be like, okay, I'm retiring and never doing this again. I want to ask y'all a question, and it just came to me. I didn't even have this to talk about, but let me ask you, E. I guess this, when we're talking about this, because I know people out there going, okay, I got you. How important is money?
I wouldn't say.
And I'm asking because somebody gonna say, it's a guy out there, a woman out there right now going, but I got to feed my family, and you might got a 3,000 square foot house, cars, everything. You might be comfortable, but you like this mentality of, I got to feed my family. And I think we all feel like that. But again, there's no finish line to that. Like, I've never been like, all right, cool. If I can make this much, I'm done. Like, you might have said that, and in your mind, you got there, and you was like, okay, double that. Okay, triple that. So I'm saying, and I guess we can all answer individually. Honestly, how important is money to you in your life?
Only to the extent that it helps me make my dreams become a reality. So I can say this, guys, like, that ain't theory. When I started making, the range of money that one of the top motivational speakers in the world made, I actually went from doing 15 gigs, 20 gigs a month to only doing 4 or 5 gigs a month and being at home 26, 27 days out of 30 days. You know what I'm saying? I'm only on the road, like spending a night away from home, maybe about 2-3 nights, this year. You know what I'm saying? So I was only doing 4 or 5. So to me, it was only as important putting my kids through school, being able to buy cars and not, transportation, being able to pay certain student loans off, etc. But I didn't say, well, now that I'm making the big bucks, let me do 15, 20. I mean, seeing I had a chance, as a company, make a decision to do TV. And we had 2 or 3 deals that we could have taken that would have made us millions. But we said, we're not ready to be in California right now. We're not ready to be in a studio Monday through Friday. Like, we're not ready for that. Our children are still young. Our company is still young. Our families, we're not ready to make that sacrifice. So don't get it twisted. We could have been on a syndicated show right now. You know what I'm saying, from the beginning of the year, making millions and millions of dollars, but it wasn't in alignment with our dreams, our goals, and our values. Will we do it one day? Yeah, we probably will, but it didn't match the 2016 goals that Didi and I had in terms of making as much money as we possibly could.
I think even that is like, I don't know if it's, so you're saying like my dreams, okay, so you could pay cash for your kids to go to school. That's a dream.
Yeah.
But it might be another dream, to make sure your grandkids can.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I don't think that it's a moving target almost. And I'm saying in your head, like, is there a dollar figure, or you know what I'm saying? Like, because you can always rationalize the need to make more money, even if it's to give more out. You know what I'm saying, or to be more charitable or whatever.
But if that financial goal gets in the way of the ultimate goal, then to me that's when it becomes a problem, because I still am looking out for my grandkids.
Is the ultimate goal mixed in with financial though? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a piece of it, but it's not the goal. And I think some people make it. I think they start with the money and let the money guide everything else, when the money shouldn't guide everything else. It should just be a piece of the puzzle.
Right, and somebody else would tell you the biggest stress and the most reason people get divorced is financial.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm saying, but I think we have put ourselves in a position where we don't have that problem. And so we're at the point where we do have an overflow, but we like, all right, let's cut it off. You know what I'm saying? Too much is too much. Like you said to me the other day, I can get way more clients if I wanted to, but the quality of it wouldn't be necessarily the same. And I'm not trying to have 400, you know what I'm saying?
You just hit where I was going. I remember which book it was, but Gladwell talked about the law of diminishing return.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a point that we talking about money, so there's a point that you can make it. Let's think of a bell curve for all my science people. I'm using my little science and math background.
Thank you. I can see it.
But think of a bell curve, and there's a point where it's beneficial. It's beneficial. Then it kind of tapers, and it's not beneficial or harmful. Yeah. But you keep going, and then it becomes harmful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it comes to the point where you start making enough money that's harmful to you and your kids. Now they don't value money. They don't value certain things
anymore. Privileged. They don't have a work ethic.
So you think about how many celebrities we are that's just drugged and cracked out, and this is the law of diminishing returns. Now their kids are affected by this. So not saying it's not important, and I don't even like using the word money. We talk about options. He always used the word option. Money is about options. It's not about money. It's about being able to do the things that you want to do. But if it's not couched, like E said, in the bigger, and I'm just reiterating, E's answer was the best answer. If it's not couched in the ultimate joy that you have for you and your family, then at the end of the day, you've wasted your time and their time. You shouldn't even got married if you wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have no kids or nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just want you guys to really think about that. Some people have I want to make $250,000. I want to make $1 million. I want to make $3 million. I'm not telling you how much to say you want to make, but just ask yourself, then what? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you make $2 million, then what? You make $3 million and what? Lose your wife? You make $5 million and you don't have a relationship with your children. So just be cautious to make sure that you put money in its proper place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see a car as transportation. And some people like, man, I got to get me a Bentley or a Rolls Royce. Like, for what? Where you going? If I tell people all the time, if you driving the car to work and it's sitting there for 60 hours a week, you may not want to spend $250,000 on a vehicle that you got to park 60 hours a week. Like, it don't make sense. But like, if you on the road on a regular basis, then you need the type of vehicle that's going to last you for the next. A Ford Fusion wasn't built to put 250,000 miles on it. Let's just be real. You can't put that kind of miles on a Ford Fusion. But if you're just using a Ford Fusion to go to work and whatever. So I'm just saying, guys, just make sure that the money ain't the engine. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the money ain't the engine, that your goals, the quality of your life, your relationships is the engine. And then let's just say the money is the body. You know what I'm saying? It accentuates. It brings that to another level. But don't worship money. Worship your dreams, your goals, where you trying to go in life. Because here's the deal. I tell my wife this all the time. We make $100 million. We die, guess who's going to get it? Our children, and I guarantee you our kids, they're going to run through it because they didn't earn it. So even with that, Carl, I never forget when I heard Warren Buffett say that. I'm thinking, what? Warren Buffett said, why would I give my children $50 billion when they don't know how to manage it? He said $50 billion gonna kill him. I keep saying million because it's hard to conceptualize. But my man, a billionaire. He's like, what would happen if I would give $1 billion to my grandchild? What would I do to my grandchild? I would crush them because they don't know how to handle it. So I think it is a balance, like C said. I don't think I have the right to tell you what to make or what not to make or how to spend your money, but I do think you need to think about.
Yeah, but it's all relative too. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's somebody out there making $30,000 a year right now. Like, if I could get to 100,
he needs to. He
like, if I could get to $100,000, I'll be straight. And there's somebody who making $500,000 who like, if I could just hit $1 million, I'll be good. Like, I think it's all relative, and I guess it. Money's, man, it's one of those tricky things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's easy. I feel you.
Yeah.
You saying all the right things, and I'm inspired. But at the end of the day, bro, I need that check. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got bills, my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, study, bro. I'm looking at how much you got to pay for your kids right now, cash for school. I'm like, do you know it's gonna be $30 trillion by the time Trey and Jordan get to college? Like, can you imagine how much college is gonna be by the time they get to that age? You talking about $50,000 a year now? You know what I'm saying? 20, whatever it is. I'm saying by the time they get there, it might be $200,000 a year.
Yeah, I will say it's too much if during Thanksgiving you can't eat turkey with your family and not have your mind on your money. You know what I'm saying? If you can't spend time, watch the game, cook, whatever, it's too much.
Somewhere else
it's too much.
No, you just took me somewhere else, because I'm working at Walmart and I get double time. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I get double time. So why are you saying that? I'm getting 2 for, I'm grinding. I'm getting 2 for 1 on that day if I work that day.
Hey, well, make sure the day you off Friday, y'all have your Thanksgiving on Friday. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got to be on Thursday.
No,
make yours on the weekend.
It's for real. Carl, you make a good point. And it's like the dude who, at that level, trying to double down and work hard so he can have a little extra paper. The dude who at E level, trying to make sure he stay at that level. And so, like I said, it's a hamster wheel. You can get caught in it easy. And you got to find it. But I think the deepest thing, and I hope y'all caught it, E said, you know, he was able to buy his time back. You know, and I really, he ain't lying. Like, I've seen him do that, where most people would have got to his level and been like, oh, okay, they paying me $50,000 to talk for an hour. I'm about to do 10,000 gigs.
No question asked. He can't be mad at my man. He earned it to get there.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think, you know, when I saw E pull back, and I'm sitting here like, okay, we turning down this kind of money now? Okay, I need to start speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to start speaking a little bit more. Because I promise you, I'll be going. Kwanzaa, Christmas, Easter, you know what I'm saying? Some of these checks, I'm like, yo, I will miss
probably why you hadn't done it just yet. That's probably why you hadn't done it just yet.
I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I moved to Africa 6 months. Like, Trey, don't worry, I'm doing this for a purpose.
I'll be back.
I have all your school paid for when I get back. But no, man, I appreciate y'all bringing that to the table. I want to do a new topic, or not a new topic. We did trick or treat.
Yeah, we did.
But I don't know if it fits throughout the year. So should we keep it trick or treat, or can we go to fair or foul? It sounds weird doing trick or treat.
Yeah, fair or foul.
Okay, fair or foul. And this is brought to you by BreatheUniversity.com. Man, we are super excited about what we have going on for you this week. The lowest absolute price we have of the year for Black Friday, Carl. What is it?
So we're doing 50% off. Listen to me carefully. 50% off if you pay for 2017. You pay up front and you get the entire program. I'm talking about all the calls. You jump on the calls with E, with CJ, with me, with Josh.
He look disgusted right now. He like, that should be saying more than...
When C or E and CJ get to make that up, this is the kind of stuff that happens. People just get to make up stuff, and then you get to hear it during the podcast. You don't get prepared. You don't get to get prepared for it.
No
wow, that's crazy.
We try to take care of people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Honestly,
finish
guys,
it up, Carl. I'm sorry.
Here's what I'm saying. We are seeing people's lives change. Not here in America. We're talking about London.
My goodness.
We're talking about Poland that don't even speak English. We're talking about Australia. We're talking about New Zealand. People walking up to us saying, "Oh my goodness, that last call, that BU call, that last." You know, I was watching the Secrets to Success modules that you got. People's lives are changing, y'all, and we're trying to give you access to it. We're not playing. We're trying to give you access to
the financial.
Sound like you're trying to give it away and change my life in the process. I'm gonna have to do some extra gigs this year.
We're giving it away, y'all. Seriously, this is the Black Friday opportunity. Black Friday, y'all. Seriously, we're blowing it out. 50% off for the entire year. You sign up on Black Friday, and for real, that one day, guys, that's it. So we're not playing around with it. We don't just want to linger it out there. Get it. Quit playing. Let's get in here and change some lives.
But what if I'm in Australia and Black Friday is Blue Saturday for me?
So you hear it on the podcast, so you get it in time.
Is there the same promo code?
No, you don't even need a promo code. You
just sign up. Black Friday.
Just Black Friday.
Black Friday, guys, join us at BreatheUniversity.com.
Hey, just for our podcast listeners, though, go to BreatheUniversity.com/special. Again, BreatheUniversity.com/special.
You've been sitting there listening to this podcast for a long time, and you know you need to be a part of something that's ongoing, something that's every week, something that you can be active in. It's one thing to listen to us on the podcast and have fun and, enjoy it and get some nuggets out of it. It's a whole nother thing to be involved in the community, in the Facebook groups, on the calls, talking to me, talking to E, talking to Carl about these things. And so we look forward to you joining us.
Hey, and E gonna really hit me for this one, y'all. I'm not leaving y'all out. My BU family, the same opportunity to you. Y'all in here, y'all been supporting us, the same opportunity to you. You pay for next year now, you save 50%. We're trying to make this thing work for everybody. So y'all got that same opportunity. Let's make it happen.
Yep, make that investment. All right, cool. So I want to do a quick fair file in the interest of money. And we've been talking about money. I wasn't gonna do this till next week, but I was like, let me do it right now. I'm having a little dilemma. Y'all know, I could tend to be a little tight. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't like to spend a lot. You know, you saw in Australia. You see, my wife ain't afraid to spend. So I try to balance it. I try to balance. Yeah, I got to be, the other side of it, which is why I'm trying to get a free mattress.
Right. No questions asked.
I had to say that before somebody said it on the podcast. Yeah. Somebody be like, I see you was trying. So, you know what I'm saying? You laughing a little too hard. So here's my dilemma. Ken, maybe you can help out with this. Because Ken don't like to spend money either. And Carl, you don't either. Matter of fact, nobody in this room, I don't know, Will might.
Nobody. Yeah,
so listen, so here's my dilemma. My kids go to an expensive daycare, right? So you pay for this daycare on a monthly basis.
Right.
Now, I got 2 kids in daycare now.
Mortgages.
Right. 2 kids in daycare. So we talking about for a month. We in the thousands. I ain't gonna say how much, but it's in the thousands, right? Over 2. Over 2. Let's just say over 2 per month. Per month.
So college tuition,
right? So my kids have been, because of Australia, have been in Michigan for how long? My kids been in Michigan for 3 weeks now.
Oh.
This will make 4 weeks, I think. So almost a full month, right? Oh, Ken, you hear me? Almost a full month, my kids have not been in school. Now, they give you a week throughout the year that you can use and get like tuition refunded or half off tuition, whatever, right? But we already used that week for something else. So basically, when I get back, I owe these jokers thousands of dollars for time spent that my kids weren't even there. I'm saying, okay, do I... Verify. I'm thinking about disenrolling them jokers.
Absolutely.
Right there.
Not paying. Yeah. And then re-enrolling and paying the $125 re-enrollment.
Makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Makes sense.
I can now my wife said 5. And she was yelling at me. She wasn't even considering. But I said, hold on. That's just a smart financial decision. I disenroll them when I get back. Bump that couple thousand I owe you. And then we just start right back up and I'll pay you for this month.
Yeah.
Perfectly
Verify.
Fair. Perfectly fair.
I'll file. I only say file from my perspective because, and this happened to me the other day. Kel was supposed to, and again, probably this to help see out. I probably didn't effectively communicate with Kel, but Kel was supposed to bring me back some desserts from a company, and Kel left Friday, and I made the assumption that he was leaving Monday or Tuesday. I guess Oakwood lets out early, and so the guy, didn't say anything to me, but it was like, I got an invoice for these cakes. I'm gonna be 100. I didn't even get them, but I was like, okay, E, but perhaps, as a company, they're relying on that, because you do a spreadsheet for a month, you know what I'm saying? And you have, your income statements, whatever, what you're bringing in, what you're spending, and you budget. So for me, I always try to be mindful of when I used to have gigs and people would call me last minute and cancel. And I'm like, shoot, maybe I shouldn't have, but I did budget that contract into my, expenses for the month. So I'm speaking from that perspective.
The business owner.
Yeah, from the business owner. And Carl knows. I said, Carl, can you pay my man? And I hit my man up and was like, look, don't make the cakes. He's gone, but I know you factored that money in. And so I don't want to be the one that throw your budget off by whatever that was. So from the owner's perspective, absolutely file. But I feel like as an owner, I should say to C, like, look, C, let's talk and try to work something out because I do need that money, but I know you're going to be gone too. And can we strike a balance? But definitely file if you're just looking at it from your perspective.
So I was going to add, I'm thinking that you should have kind of what he's saying. You should have a clause in place.
Yeah.
It's a business. You're making a profit. Don't play with me.
Right.
You should be at least.
I'm talking about a sweet profit.
Oh,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? You should be making a profit.
Absolutely.
So give me some kind of wiggle room. We could come up with something that works for both of us. My kids aren't here, so nobody's taking care of them. I am. So there's no point.
Can
of
I
me
get that
paying-
check?
Right. Can I get the check? You know what I'm saying?
Myself.
There's no point of me paying you for the service. But because I do know you're running a business, I don't mind paying something to keep the spot.
Absolutely.
Keep the business going because I do value it, but I don't think I should be.
What do we do? 50% down payment, and then if you cancel the gig, you don't get your 50% back. You feel me?
There's some level of work that's still going
Absolutely.
that you doing, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think you should have to pay for that. But I'm letting you pay something.
Hey,
not
but you
the
got
full.
2 babies in there. If I miss your money, what am I? How they gonna get paid?
It's who, babies? Ken looked like he wanted to say something. Hold on, Ken.
Boy, come on, Ken.
Ken is the voice of reason in this.
Yeah, come on, Ken.
Balance it out for
And
us,
they're also waiting on ERC.
Right. Why you at it? Even though I already took the L.
Argue the end.
No, I'm gonna have to say foul, man. I'm gonna have to say, look, okay, yes, financial, smart, but I don't want them to treat my kids different. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right. I know that's right. When they come back,
I put them back. I can't even look at them in the face. I walk in my head down like, here you go.
here go my babies.
Does it make any difference if I tell you they have cameras? So I can watch, and if you treat my kid wrong, you can have bigger problems than a couple
I know that's
$1,000.
right.
Oh man, it's
still
man.
fire,
Hey, it's a strong. So I'm like, yo, if it's a loophole, you know what I'm saying? That sounds like a loophole.
Yeah, but it is
Don't have
definitely
written in where it's like, but
I don't think there's a clause against disenrollment.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
it's not. But I do say this though. See, there are people listening to us, and you like fair foul, and for real, you gotta understand. There's a science to why C does these segments, and we do want to say that those of you out there, for real, you do look through life through your own lens, and I think some of you are not, prospering, or you're not where you want to be because you're always just looking at it from your perspective. And, for real, the reason why we can do what we do is because, for real, at the end of the day, we are joking. We do love each other. It ain't on that. We do talk about, like, hey, am I looking out for C interests? Am I looking out for Carl's interests? Am I looking for the company? And so we really want y'all to take away from this segment. Yeah. Be careful not to always look at it from your lens only, because there are multiple sides to the story.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm joking.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I didn't even have a conversation. I knew the kids was gonna be gone. I didn't even have a conversation on the front end because I do believe in honoring my contract.
Absolutely.
And you have budgeted that space, and it is a very sought after daycare.
Yeah.
And so there are people coming in with those spots, and I wouldn't want to do nobody like that and then come back and disenroll and re-enroll. But the thought crossed my mind.
Absolutely.
That's the only reason.
Absolutely.
The thought crossed my mind. I ain't perfect.
Hey, I seen the
But,
Comcast
of
new
course.
special for the month, and I thought about it too.
Yeah, let me tell you something. My dad, every time I go to the crib, Pops got a new cable internet provider.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Pops a little Comcast universe stop.
Yeah.
I'm like, Pops, what are you doing? I'm like, unbelievable. Pops will switch up on you in a minute. Pops said, I ain't got no loyalty. I'm like, shoot, I've been with DirecTV probably about 20 years.
Yeah.
So, but no, man, thank y'all for participating in that. We got announcement. Oh yeah, so Philly, in New York. What happened with that?
Man, let me tell you something, guys. I'm so pumped up. We got you probably already seen the commercial. Commercial came out, for those of you who are watching, the commercial came out today. So I don't know if you guys got a chance to see it or not. But man, I'm so excited. I'll be honest, and Carl knows this. Like when we got to the point where we voted, we were like, yo, the best man wins, bottom line. But I know there's no electoral college in voting, but I'm gonna be real. When I saw it, I'm like, how big New York is versus Philly? So even though Philly, was 30 votes behind,
50.
it was only 30 and 40. Like that, if there's a such thing as a moral victory, that's a moral victory. And I just felt like, I felt impressed. Like, let's just go. This is the last one anyway. So let's just go out, with a bang over the weekend. And let me tell y'all something. I said it on the commercial, but I have if you should come to Philly, you should come to New York and Philly, because it's going to be total different information. I've already spoken to Carl in Australia, like, Carl, we have to add some components we've never added before. You have to feel like if you've been to 2 or 3 this year, you've never been to one before. So we going out with a bang. Me and my wife going up early so we can have a BU experience. So if you're not in BU and you just come to the general session or the VIP, you still getting beat. Look, BU, we gonna share, we gonna eat together, we doing time share together, we gonna do dinner together in Philly. Oh, Times Square. What did I say?
Time share.
Okay, that's why.
Get a little condo.
Yeah, get a little condo while we there. So I'm telling y'all, if you're not signed up, Carl, can they do the $19.99 and still, or the $99, or what? Can they sign up now and still be a part of the December bash?
I'm talking about we getting you in.
Okay, all right, whatever. But I'm being real with you. I'm not playing. My wife and I already talked. I haven't talked to CJ yet about it, so I guess I'm just as much of a victim as they are. Yeah, but I didn't tell C, but I did talk to my wife, and we are scheduled Times Square to spend time with BU. We're going to eat together. I have a 30-minute session, private session that I'm doing with BU, getting them ready for the new year. We've got some treats and special messages for our BU. So I'm not even just tripping on the conference, but to spend the last month, the Q4, the last quarter, with our people, we going in. So if you're listening, you in BU, I don't care if you're on the West Coast, find your way to New York, find your way to Philly. Don't do either or. Make the sacrifice. ET has never pushed y'all like this before. I've never done an appeal like this before. You want to be at both, and you want to be able to spend as much time with us as possible. There's going to be a special anointing on that weekend, and I'm telling you, you're going to go into the new year with some fuel for the fire. And then we'll make some other announcements. We got some stuff coming out. ETA got some stuff coming out for the new year that's going to just blow your mind. So yeah, be there, be square.
So let me just say that, you know what I'm saying? I'll tease it.
Yeah.
We have a new album.
Yeah.
Coming. Can somebody throw some fireworks behind that?
Please, Ken, give me some. I clap, but give me something better. Yeah. They've been asking. See,
drop the bomb on that. This new album, man, is called The Resolution. And for those of you who've been saying, man, I need that ET, that workout. I like listening to the tracks that have that, workout feel.
Yep.
This album.
This is for you.
Is 100% for the gym, for that grind, for that New Year's resolution, to get that health right, to get in shape. Y'all, for your basketball, your football, whatever it is.
Yeah. Playlist.
This is your playlist of all playlists.
Yeah.
I got the squad listening to it before the staff meeting this morning, and they were like, "Wow!"
I was running to one of the tracks.
Yeah, no, it's insane. So the resolution. I mean, it's brought to you by us. I got Patchwork working on it right now. I promise you, the beats are crazy. I got E on there on a whole nother level. So look for that to come out before the new year. Y'all been asking for it.
Pressure is
so
off.
I'm getting it out. I'm claiming it right now. I'm still working on a few tracks, but that'll be out very, very soon. The album is called The Resolution, and look for it on iTunes and Google Play and all that jazz very, very soon. He's gonna get us out of here on the nugget of the day. But be sure to go to breatheuniversity.com, guys, for our Black Friday sales, as well as go to the Grind Gear page on etinspires.com. All the grind gear, everything is going to be on sale on Black Friday. Carl, you looking at me funny? Yeah.
We actually gonna push the grind gear back a bit. We're gonna push that back a bit. So stay tuned for that one.
Okay.
We're trying to make that one more for the Christmas holiday.
Okay, so we'll have something though, right?
Yeah, we are for sure.
Yeah, we'll have something on the site as well. So go to etinspires.com for that, man. Y'all get loaded up with the new books, the new gear, and all of that. So with that being said, the last thing I ask of you is to go to iTunes, leave us a review. People keep saying, give them step-by-step instructions on how to do it. You got to tell them how to go leave the review. Go to iTunes and leave a review. You know what I'm saying? I'm not 100% sure.
Find the podcast.
Right. Find the podcast.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, go to iTunes. They should already know how to do that if they're listening to the podcast on iTunes. So. Right? So go to the podcast, click, write a review, and then tell us how much you love us in the comments and rate it a 5-star. And we'll be so happy, and we will continue to do these podcasts for you. But anyway, thank y'all, man. Listen, have a wonderful, blessed, safe Thanksgiving from our ETA fam to yours. Be safe, man. Enjoy it. For those of you out there, you're a workaholic. You heard us. Take some time and spend that time with your family. Go above and beyond what you would normally do to look out for somebody and give thanks. Real quick, let's just go around before E does the nugget of the day and say what we're thankful for, man. I'm thankful for, not only, my immediate family, but my ETA family. Obviously, I have a daughter who, this is her first Thanksgiving. And man, she is such a blessing. She's so incredible. 2 healthy, beautiful, wonderful children. I'm thankful for that. Thankful for my wife and, my family back home. And then thank you for you, to you guys, just thankful that we went on this trip, man, and you can't even imagine just the level of interaction that we had, the 3 of us with our wives and just watching them interact and them, going shopping and us just hanging out, eating together every day, spending that time. You guys will never know how grateful I am for those relationships as well. So that's what I'm thankful for in 2016.
For me, man, it's all of what she said. Family, my parents, I want to shout out especially. My parents are literally single-handedly helping my brother and I. My brother has 2 kids as well. And my parents have decided to sacrifice, their relationship. My mom is with my brother. My dad is up here with me just to help with the kids. So that's just a huge one for me, man. My parents, of course, like she said, my family, the ETF family, man, it's nothing like being able to wake up every day and do passion. It's nothing like that. Purpose, you know what I mean? Like, it's nothing like that. So EC for creating this opportunity for us internally. And then, like she said, man, just to be able to get up and, check emails and just get messages on social media, how what we're doing is affecting people's lives, man. Like, it just, it fires us up to keep going. So that, and of course, man, like she said, my kids, my little man Jordan, we talked about, broke his arm a couple weeks ago now. As of yesterday, I went to the doctor. Splint is off, bone is healing nicely. Man, just a lot to be thankful for. Healthy kids walking around, everybody breathing, nobody got no illness. Nothing that we can't, take some vitamin C for and be all right. So don't take life for granted, man. So yeah.
Y'all know for me, man, it's got to be number one is Dee Dee's health this year. I mean, you talking about, some people say, don't say 360, say 180. Okay, so whatever it is, but
360 mean you right back in the system.
Right.
But it sounded better to say.
It say 180 sound whack.
I did a complete 360 in my life.
Right, I did a 180.
So nothing changed, huh?
Right. But when you say I did a 180, he did a 180, it's like it don't sound sweet, but technically a 180. And I mean, she is wow.
Yeah,
I mean, man, if you didn't know her personally, full of life, you wouldn't know she had MS. It's just her health, her diet change, new medication. I won't say that the workout is as strong as she wanted it to be, but, she had a better year this year than she had the year before. So just to see her almost 100% again is just, phenomenal. I mean, we were on the flights in Australia. She was right up first thing in the morning. She was out ready, getting on the flights. And I didn't know if she could handle the flight, but man, she took it like a trooper, was out shopping with the ladies. And at no point did she say, I got to stay in and sleep or I'm fatigued. Like, road dog for 2 straight weeks, came home and whatever happened in Australia, it came home with us. We had the time of our life the last few days. Unfortunately, my daughter, I don't say it low in case she hears, my daughter's coming home tonight. We're not used to having kids in the house anymore. It's going to be a transition. She ain't got no bed. She ain't got no bed. You feel me? Call Uncle C. And it ain't coming back before you go back to school. So
boom boom at the Holiday Inn.
You know what I'm saying? So man, and then I'm gonna have to say this, man, for real, man. Working with Hugh Jackson, man, has been such a blessing this year. In the Cleveland Browns, most of you guys know that we've done NBA, we've done NFL, but I'm gonna be honest, we've had a chance twice this year, once to work with the NFL from like training camp all the way through. And I'm gonna be real, man, just to see this man and how he's handling this, and just to build a relationship with him, his family, my family, it's just a blessing, man. And I want to say this to those of you out there, like, it's easy to support people when they winning, And we've had our share. I was at the World Series with the Tigers. I worked with the Cleveland Browns since Kyrie came. I was the Cavs. I was there with the Cavs when I did Jumbotron stuff to get them pumped up with the all-in boy. Just
shout out to the Clippers.
we working with the Clippers. I mean, of course, we've been with D'Antonio and Izzo, so we've been around winning programs. But this is different. And I know some of y'all be like, what? Working with the Cleveland Browns? How you getting some out of that? Bruh, let me tell you something. When you at the bottom, and we've been at the bottom and worked our way to the top. So to see Hugh Jackson, man, build this thing brick by brick by brick, and to be able to, one day celebrate with him, it's just been a phenomenal experience. I think Jamal even talked about today how he felt, like being my personal assistant. Sometimes coaches like whatever. He was like, yo, Hugh Jackson treats me like I'm ET. You know what I'm saying? I got the gear. I get to walk through the facilities, and we getting to just get. I guess I would say, guys, it's one thing when you go and speak and leave, but when you see how organizations work, how franchises work, it's just going to allow us to do what we do on a whole nother level because we have another level of insight. So that's me, wife. So we all have so much more we could say, but wife and this opportunity with the Cleveland Browns has just been phenomenal.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So, yeah, all of you guys out there, much love for your support. Not only this year, but just over the years, you guys have been riding and rocking with us for a long time.
Yeah.
And we ask that you continue to do so. We're going to continue to bring you that heat.
Yep.
And we're going to continue to, try to do our best to pour into your life. So with that being said, E.T.
Hey, if it was easy, y'all, for real, y'all, please listen. If it was easy, everybody would do it. All right? Listen to me. My wife, I'm working. I'm in school. My husband doesn't understand. I'm at home, what I'm doing, or I'm working. He don't get it. Look, guys, if it was easy, everybody would do it. So I'm laughing because, I'm a pastor. I'm ETA, BU, like you name it, the volunteer stuff I'm doing, the podcast, like I'm doing a lot. C doing a lot, Carl doing a lot. And our wives are still like, we need some more QT. We need some more. We're not complaining about it. You know what I'm saying? We're not like, talking to each other. I can't believe me. I can't believe D. Like they want too much. No, we like, hey, we're doing 99 things and we're asked to do one more. Hey guys, let's do it. Let's make sure next year in Australia, if they spend 7 hours together, I don't plan on being a part of that meeting, but if it happens again to Carl, I want Carl to be able to come back and say, hey guys, they said that from last year to this year, we did a way better job, but they want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things this year. So I'm just saying, like, don't cry. Don't murmur. Don't complain. Like, don't put your tail between your legs. Like, don't give up or give in. And just say, I got to man up. You know what I'm saying? I got to get my weight up and get your weight up. Again, listen, if it was easy to be on our level, if it was easy to be number one in the world, if it was easy to make all your dreams become a reality and lose nothing in the process, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was easy to do it, everybody who does whatever they do would be number one. It's not easy, right? It's not easy, but guess what? If you're willing to put the work in, you can get the reward.
And with that being said, man, we out of here. Y'all enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Try not to eat too much turkey. Listen, even though E made me mad with the mattress segment, I'm still going to bring some of Pop's dressing through the crib. That's how much I love you, man. We'll still make sure
to work out twice that day.
Now, we'll have a E or K because these jokers fight over the dressing.
Every doggone year.
Every single year.
That's
so
another
we'll have
L.
an E or K.
That's another L.
It get dropped to E's house. That's all I'm saying.
E.T. ain't right.
Oh, man. He'd be like, what dress? Probably like, yo, I just ran to the store. What happened? So anyway, man, we love y'all.
Yeah, I love y'all, man.
Much love, blessings.
Yeah,
We'll
happy holidays.
See you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all